So we're going to talk about raw chocolate today first, then we're going to talk about how to make delicious raw chocolate covered fruit. Raw chocolate comes from a plant, the cacao plant, and the cacao plant is pressed once the seeds are extracted, these little things that look like almonds, and they're actually pressed. Now, when you cut them into little pieces, they look like these. These are called cacao nibs. And here, we'll have to pass those around. And what happens is when you press the cacao nibs, you get two things. You get cacao powder and cacao butter. Now what we're going to do is take these two ingredients here, the butter and the powder, you have to pass those around. And we're going to take those and we're going to recombine them in different proportions. And that's how we're going to make raw chocolate. But first, let's talk a little bit about raw chocolate itself. Raw chocolate's a really amazing substance because it's rich in nutrients, it's rich in minerals, it's rich in unknown nutrients, and more important, it has a serotonin uptake inhibitor. It has anandamides in it, and there's a lot of lore about chocolate. It was actually used as money in Central America at one point. That's how valuable it was considered to be. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to think a little bit about what would happen. Well, imagine that you had some broccoli and you said, I think I'd like to eat some broccoli. So imagine if you took the broccoli and instead of lightly steaming it the way you typically do, can you imagine what it would be like if you took that broccoli and boiled it above boiling temperatures for a while, then added some very, very harsh alkaline substances to it, then drained away most of those substances, then dried it into a powder, then rehydrated it, then add some milk to it, and then dry it out again. Well, when you look at most chocolate you see available, it's about the quality of that broccoli we're talking about. And I don't think in a million years you'd be eating that broccoli. Why do you think? Well, first off, of course, it wouldn't taste so good because it's been heated so much. And of course, the texture of it wouldn't be so delicious. But the actual nutrients in the food that you think you'd make into more cells, you won't be able to make into cells. So basically, you'd have to excrete most of it, and it wouldn't be so good for you. And that's if you're lucky to find some chocolate in the chocolate you're eating, which a lot of the time, the chocolate you're eating doesn't even have that chocolate in it. Well, the chocolate we're going to make today is a little bit different than that chocolate with a percentage, because this is 100% raw chocolate. There's no percentage to it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take cacao powder and we're going to mix it with cacao butter. Now, so you understand, cacao powder is not cocoa powder. Cocoa powder is, remember the story with the broccoli, it's that stuff. Cacao powder, as opposed to cocoa powder, the cacao powder is actually simply lightly pressed at a low temperature cacao nibs, and it's the leavings of it. So that's what we're talking about here.